honestly don't know how loud I'll be able to get today. I have what my kid has, I think. Different symptoms, so probably COVID for sure. Haven't tested yet. Probably gonna test in a little bit. It's September 1st. We're in September now. And it doesn't feel like it today. It is very humid out here. It's not hot, but it is soup. I hate soup days. I hate them so much. Just started building up last night, and it's like right here, but also back here, like back here. Like it's not really soreness, and it's not like there's just a block here. That's what it feels like, is that there's just something there. And we're low-key freaking out about it because, the last time we were actually sick and not, like, you're just having a panic attack disguised as, like, 10,000 other things, was in 2022. And we were ill enough that they sent us to the ER. Because there was a possibility that they might have to, they thought maybe they would have to do surgery. Turns out I had a really, I had a yeast infection in my esophagus. But, like, that was for sure when we knew we weren't going to be working for the company we worked at any longer. Was right then, because we had gotten sick, and they front you your PTO, so you get it all at once, and then you have to burst it out throughout the rest of the year yourself. And we almost always did a vacation in spring break, because he would be gone with his other parent, and this was before ex-wife moved to the other side of the country, because that was last year. So she was nearby, so it was a lot easier to be like, alright, drop the kid off with her, drive to New York, pick up BFF, go wherever we were gonna go. Usually somewhere upstate New York, somewhere further north. Sometimes towards a beach. For spring break, sometimes it would be a beach. But nah, we haven't been sick at all, like in any way, shape, or form. In more than 2 years, because it was in March, end of March, early April. We were out for a whole week, and then we had our spring break vacation coming up, and we were going to be out for a whole week, and we still weren't 100% recovered by the time we hit that spring break. And our boss had offered us a promotion shortly after that, I think, and and we were furious because we weren't ready yet, and we were furious on behalf of one of our coworkers who also was not ready yet for her promotion, because she was getting promoted and I was getting promoted to take her spot, kind of deal. And I understand why. Like, I took it because I was like, well, it's more money, and I do need an income. Like, I need the income. But I knew that having the official title with all the responsibilities it entails, and basically just like taking stuff over from the coworker in order for her to accommodate her new responsibilities and everything. I was already burnt out, and then it was just gonna get worse. It only got worse from there. But one of the things that my boss had done, or tried to convince me to do, was, do you think you could sign in for 4 hours a day during your vacation? So that way you are only using 20 hours of your PTO versus the whole 40. Because if you take the whole 40, you'll only have, like, it was, like, less than 15 hours of PTO. It was probably closer to 12. I might have had 4 hours and then another 8, and that 8 was, like, a personal day type thing, like a, floating holiday situation because of, June 19th. Juneteenth. Oh my god, my brain. Because we were awarded a floating holiday when that became a federal holiday. And I was so pissed that she had even asked me that. I'm like, I just got back from being sick. I am still not feeling well. I just found out that I have an infection that could, in fact, be deadly if left unchecked, and it took 2 rounds of the antifungals to even, like, and, like, rough. They were rough to take. I even get things down, and it was just like, I had a fever for over a week. It didn't budge. Like, it was awful. It was awful. And I can't tell you whether or not it was COVID, because I never tested positive for COVID during the whole thing. Sure sounded like COVID. I mean, honestly, this feels and sounds like COVID from what friends have told me, and what my kid has told me about, like, how it feels. Because he's had it a couple of times where he's tested positive. And, like, if it's COVID, great. This time for us both, great. And if it's not COVID, it's, like, great. I have not been sick before in, like, 2 years. And my kid is sick, and my cat is not well. She won't come out from the attic. She will yell for me when she wants me to come up to the attic. But she will not come down the stairs. And I am probably now starting to get the little gray fever that I knew this was going to come with, because I'm starting to feel a little in that regard. Oh. The fun of that is that I have never been that level of sick where I actually had to go to the hospital. Like, I went to the doctor, and they were like, go to the ER if this continues tomorrow. Like, you can wait until tomorrow, you'll probably be fine, but, like, my recommendation would be to go now, which I couldn't do because I didn't have childcare. I didn't have a way to ensure that my kid would be taken care of, etc. And then I went to the hospital. Thankfully it wasn't that, but, like, they didn't do the endoscopy that day. They had to schedule it a whole different day, and that, like, was weeks later. And I don't feel, like, the worst yet, but, like, I could tell as I was trying to sleep last night, like, no, this is not just, like, it's not gonna go away. By the time I wake up in the morning, like, a lot of things tend to. And it'll probably get a little worse. This is only, like, in the first 24 hours of symptoms. The symptoms started sometime last night. And like the next 4 months, I'm gonna try to write 1,000 words a day at least. The goal is actually 1,500 words, but I'm not holding myself to that. The intention is up to 15. The intention is to get to 365,000 words by the end of the year. That's the intention. I know I'm probably not going to hit that this year because I didn't approach the beginning of the year with that goal in mind. But I'm at 187,000 or something like that now. 88,000, 89,000. Like, I'm in that range. So it's not like I haven't kind of been hitting that. It's more like I just hadn't been really pushing because, like, I had to get myself back into the habit of, like, writing daily. And maybe not even writing daily, but, like, when I do write, writing an X amount, for X amount of time. And that sort of thing, while also balancing like my diamond paintings and my other paintings and learning how to draw and parenting and all of that. We're tired though. We're probably gonna go lie down after this. I did work on the diamond painting a little bit. I'm gonna get my phone charger for my kid. I had to borrow the block, the base part of it, because he knocked his iPhone into the sink when there was water in it, and it was like, water detected, so he is like overly cautious. I gotta get him a new phone, if I can convince him to actually use a different phone. He has, if I can convince him to use the Motorola, then, like, we're done, but he doesn't want to swap, so, yeah, it is too humid. I do not like, maybe if we feel up to it, we're going to shower later today. We haven't in a few days, which is gross, but we're not going anywhere, so the only person who, like, maybe even has to smell us is Bob, and he's not, like, up in our space like that, so, but also, like, it's been a long time since he's gotten sick, and I have been sick at the same time, that I'm not entirely sure, like, how this is gonna go, but we'll see. Because he already seems like he's doing a bit better today, which is good. Like, if he's just, like, kicking its ass, or if it's the Tylenol doing its thing, but he didn't have Tylenol yet when he had just gotten up and when I had gotten up, so. I don't know where my squirrely whirlies and my burbs are. I like being here at 9 in the morning. 7 or 8. It's like 6 to 7 or 8. Like, those are good. And then a 10, 10 to 11 is but not as it's 9 to 10, and then 11 to 12, like, they'll come back. Very weird. Though maybe part of it is also because the neighbors' cats have learned that, they like to have parties in my yard, so they keep chasing the birds and the squirrels. And they can't get a moment of rest to get their stuff. So, bring me false fall. Thank you for listening.